Good morning. It's Miss Holly at the Ross Library, and I wanted to talk about science. Yep, we talked about seeds last week, and we're going to continue about a seed. I had talked about acorns. Acorns are a seed. It's a seed of the tree. So, this is a beautiful story in a nutshell by Joseph Anthony, and we're going to give a shout out to the publisher of Dawn Publications. This is a beautiful book to come in and check out because the illustrations are so pretty. Dawn sparkled on the great forests. High in the treetops, plump acorns were leaving their sunlit home and falling into darkness below. One little acorn wanted to stay in the light forever, but it soon lost its grip and fell too. This is around that time we see those squirrels running around collecting their acorns for the winter. Maybe you can find some acorns this week. A moment later, it landed with a thump and lay still. The forest floor was very, very dark. Somewhere deep inside, the acorn knew it must get back to the sunlight. It would have to break free of its shell and become bigger than it was. So when the season was right and the acorn burst open, it pushed out roots and a stem and stretched itself into a tiny sapling. The sapling took food from the wet soil, it soaked up every drop of light its tiny leaves could reach, and grew a little more each day. As days passed into years, the sapling discovered that becoming an oak wasn't easy. Hungry mouths nibbled it. Vines choked it. Oh my. Sometimes it was icy cold, and at other times it was burning hot. Hard times helped make the sapling strong as it grew into a tree. Yet even the strongest trees weren't safe from everything. Still, it kept on growing and reaching for the sun. Years pass, but what was once a small acorn became the tallest tree in the forest with deep roots and sturdy branches. Countless leaves touched the sunlight. They turned the light into life that filled the tree and flowed over. It dropped acorns of its own, giving life to little oak trees and food to the forest creatures. To many, the tree gave a home. But when it was old and tired, and its limbs and roots were rotten, the mighty tree could grow no more. Its life as an oak was almost over. The only way for it to become bigger than it was now was to die. When the tree fell, it crashed, shook the whole forest. Worms and bugs took the tree's life and returned it to soil. Finally, the tree became a pile of rich, dark earth. No one remembered that it was once a living tree grown from an acorn. It seemed that the oak was gone forever when another tree was planted there. The life of the oak passed from the soil into the new tree, a cherry tree. When the cherry tree grew up, birds ate the fruit, scattered the cherry seeds, and new life all through the forest. Until the life of the little acorn became part of everything. In a nutshell. So, did you enjoy the story? I hope. I enjoyed it. Well, can you answer me a question? Are you ready? What tree comes from the acorn? Did you listen carefully to the story? Did you notice I said oak tree? You got it. So, if you have some oak trees in your area or in your neighborhood, why don't you go look for some acorns? Gather a few, because Miss Holly might have a craft this week to do with them. All right, guys, enjoy your day in a nutshell.